Kia ora, everyone. I am the face of the Waiatarua Pest Free group. It's a pretty small group and a pretty small community that's spread out quite widely across the Waitakares. But I personally think it's in a really unique position to have a sort of last defence before it hits the regional park, so it's quite an important area. In a nutshell, what we're trying to do with the library is provide a source of traps so people can come and borrow them. At the moment the traps are loaned for a period of 3 months. We've got Dr. Hunter with muscular tunnels and some trapinators, so we've got typos. And the loan period is extended if people are actively using them. If they're not, we ask them to bring them back. We have 63 traps and we launched in the middle of COVID, so it was a bit of a nightmare. We had the 22nd of March was the date that we were supposed to have a training session and people come and collect their traps, and obviously that couldn't happen, so we shifted things to being virtual so we could cite their IDs, and then they picked them up from my front gate instead of having when we went into level 3. So it was a terrible time to launch, but we still did alright. We have 31 active members and more people in a wait list, so then we can provide traps for. And so far 65 catches, so it's still we're still kind of going slowly. There's still a lot of people, I would say 50% of those people that are struggling with where to place them and what works and what doesn't, because they literally don't know anything and are just starting out. So we've got a lot of work to do. We've got a training session coming up, so we're going to help people understand. And I get questions like, where do I even put it? And I'm sort of like, start with buy your compost. So people are really like that, you know, that's the level of understanding that they have. Yeah, and the other thing that's quite cool is that other people are adding their traps into our Trap NZ data. There's some really keen trappers in our area, which is really cool. And based on demand, we'd really like to expand it into wasps, because we've got a big problem with wasps and lots of people that are keen to put some wasp baits and traps on their property, and also into the Oratia area too, because we've got lots of people saying, I'm not technically in the area, but can I borrow some traps? So that would be really nice too. And there's a bit of a controversy over adding Oratia into Waiatarua, for those of you that aren't in the area. So some objectives that I'm sure everyone kind of is on board with their pest. The big one for us is we've had a lot of people saying that they're getting damage from in their roofs. Roof cavity from rats, so that's a really good one for those people that don't really care about the bird life, because sometimes not everyone loves birds like I do. And also the other one is that it's we're trying to just get people to for this kind of thing to just be part of the culture of living in the area, and also to bring people together. So the problem that we have with Waiatarua is that it is spread out and there's nothing really kind of bringing us together. There's no local cafe, there's no, you know, so we do struggle a little bit with bringing people together. So hopefully these education sessions are a reason for people to meet as well. And then this is just a bit of a members journey. I won't read this out, but we do have a bit of a process. It's been, for me, the biggest learning, because there wasn't really anything in place. So just making sure it's that we've got 2 forms of ID and all that kind of thing. But so far everyone's been really good with keeping me posted. I email out regularly and say, how's it going? You know, I see that you haven't caught anything. Is everything all right? And people are responding back with, yeah, I'm just not sure where to, you know, place it, or whether I'm doing this right, or I'm using this as bait, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, like I say, every 3 months we'll do a training session. So our next one's the 23rd of August up at the community hall. What I've found is to keep it super short with these things. So we'll just do a 15-minute training session, and then people can get their traps and stay and chat or go. People are really busy, so those that don't want to be part of the group as such can just get their traps and go. Communication channels, and that's basically it. So, yeah, that's super short.
I have a question, Pam.
Yeah, go for it.
I think My traps from the trap library are being thwarted by the cats next door. Are you planning on offering cat traps anytime
Yeah, so
soon?
we have a live trap that we would like to purchase. I've put it through the SPCA to make sure that the process that we're following is okay, because once somebody catches a live cat, that it goes into the Welfare Act, like what they do with the cat once they've caught it. And I also want to apply for some funds to get the cat put down if it's feral. So get it checked, get it put down, have an agreement with the local vet to do it at cost kind of thing. Yeah, so that's kind of controversial and something I've gone, let's just kind of get the possums up and running and the rats, and then we'll tackle the cats.
This is not really a question, but we ran a wasp pilot last year at Piha, and the person who was responsible is at the back of the room.
Oh, awesome.
So have a talk to her,
Yeah.
we can give you the report.
Awesome. Cool, thank you. And I just wanted to say that this has been really inspirational. I've been doing this kind of by myself, and I've got 2 young kids, one with autism, so it's pretty full on, and seeing some of the work, especially that you're doing, is really awesome and inspirational, and there's so many learnings. So,
One more question.